has been a minute. It's been a day, literally and figuratively. So yesterday I ended up getting sick. We think either like a stomach bug, like a 24-hour bug, or just something I ate. But I ended up having to go to a local clinic in Talkeetna, and they gave me some medication and some fluids, and that helped in the moment, and then it kind of dissipated, and then I felt a little ill again. But that's what happens sometimes. You do get sick. And so that was really unfortunate, but luckily what we were supposed to do yesterday was this bus tour, and we called and were able to get that rescheduled pretty easily, so that was nice. And so that's where we are right now. So yesterday, unfortunately, we didn't get to do much of anything because I just was not feeling well at all. But we drove into Denali. Apparently the drive was beautiful. I was in and out of sleep the whole time, so I missed it, but Robert says it was absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, so it's a little cloudy, a little drizzly today, and it's supposed to be cloudy the next couple days, unfortunately, but hopefully we'll still get to see some good sights and experience the park. So technically this is like Denali day 2, but it's really just day 1 for us, so we'll just call it day 1. I think the other thing that is going to work out in our favor is that our last day, Saturday, so we fly out Sunday morning, all we had booked was like driving back to Anchorage, and anything that we had kind of missed either in Denali or in Anchorage or along the route that we wanted to do. So that I think is going to be really nice, as well as that, you know, Saturday morning we can still spend a little bit more time here and not feel like we've cut into anything else. So while it was really unfortunate, I think it's all going to work out in the end. And that's life. So here we are. We're just saying that we're really fortunate that this happened somewhere that we were able to access medical care and get what we needed pretty easily. So that's good. All right, we'll see you in Denali.
And whenever we stop for wildlife, you can get out the beach to whichever side of the bus you can have the monkey. The sort just looks like a fish. Look at what's their leg. Look at his leg. I know he's a male because he's got that red furry leg. I'll show you where, let's see if people are still skiing where, I was skiing until probably a week and a half ago, and I called it quits.
Good morning! We are in Denali National Park, yay! We took the Tundra Wilderness bus tour. We went about, I think it's 43 miles into the park on the road.
More or less. Unfortunately, the road further on into the park is closed to all vehicle traffic because of some road issues they've been having, apparently.
Yeah, there's like a landslide, and I had read online that it's something they've been monitoring, and they like have to do a lot of upkeep on normally, and then there was I think a rock slide or something, or it shifted. Something happened and it got like exponentially worse.
They said it would be closed for at least 2 years.
Yeah, I guess they're building a bridge over it. They can't even fix the road.
Yeah.
Is the plan, which kind of jives with what I had read, is that they like no immediate solution is, and I think it's because even if they were to do kind of a Band-Aid fix, I think there's an understanding that they're just going to keep being problems. But probably what the biggest thing is going to be is funding, because it came up a couple of times on our tour this morning of like, oh, when we have funding, we can do this. When we have funding, we can do that. And things like aerial surveys of animals and tagging animals, keeping up the road in the first place. So that was just like interesting to see, like, this is a beautiful, beautiful park. And I think it also doesn't help that she said a lot of people don't visit in the winter, which understandable. The road is closed in the winter, so you have to be able to ski, snowshoe, use dogs, things like that. You have to have a capability of going out into winter nature, which most people don't. And probably if you're visiting from another area, you're not wanting to lug that stuff, right? So I get it, but it is, I'm sure, limits some of their capabilities in terms of how many visitors they'll get. But anyway, it was really cool. We saw lots of animals. We saw caribou. We saw grizzly 3 times. One of the times we couldn't see it with the bare eye. We kind of got it zoomed in on the camera lens. And the other 2 times, I just barely saw the first one with my bare eyes. And the second one I saw pretty well with my bare eyes at points, but he kept kind of going in and out of the trees, so it was hard to see. So I didn't really catch it with a camera. We saw dull sheep. A lot of birds.
A lot of ptarmigans.
Moose. What else? Anything else? Arctic, what should you call them? Ground squirrels. Saw a couple of those. Or I think I saw one of those. Yeah. So we're just going to go check out the visitor center and then probably go see the dog kennels this afternoon and just enjoy being here. It's just overcast enough that I'm not sure we're going to get a view of Denali.
We did not on the bus tour today.
We did not, no.
Probably our best chance, but we'll see. Just in terms of proximity to the mountain.
Yeah. There's one hike kind of near the entrance that she said, it's called the Mountain Vista hike, that she said has good views if there's a view in the first place. But she said when she first started giving the tours, she didn't see Denali's Peak until a month into giving tours. And I don't know how often she was going out, but you imagine most people's jobs are working 5 days a week or something, so that's kind of crazy. All right. So we did the dog kennel demo, which was cool. It was nice to see like all the different dogs. They're all like kind of like sleepy. I think it was getting warm for them. And then when the demo started and they brought like the harnesses out that they were gonna like, take the dogs out. Oh my gosh.
So much barking.
They were all so excited. Everyone was up and like at the ends of their leashes trying to get to the, people to be the ones that were chosen. Like, wow, it really makes you understand and appreciate how much they enjoy what they do. And so they just the dogs just like ran in like a circle with a like summer wheeled sled thing.
It was kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing. But it was very informative. They give a little talk about like the history of the sled dogs in the park. And one thing that we found interesting was that at least in the Denali kennels, the dogs don't have one role on the team. So sometimes they're lead, sometimes they're swing, sometimes they're the wheel dogs.
Those are the dogs in the back for all of you who aren't professional dog mushers, as Chelsea assumed.
I just meant that like they rotate through which position, which was really interesting. You would have thought, Robert said this too, that they would have kind of like bred for certain characteristics or whatnot. But I guess their idea is that this way it's mentally stimulating for them all and things like that. So it's cool. Then we did 2 short little hikes around the visitor center that were kind of like, they weren't paved, but they were the closest gravel, that you're going to get to paved in a park, I think. So that was nice. And then we went to dinner, got some seafood.
I got some salad. I've been dying for a vegetable. I told Chelsea the last time I had a vegetable was 3 days ago.
Yeah, we're really slacking.
Yeah.
That's I think the biggest issue with when you go, when you're eating a lot of meals out, you don't get as much vegetables as like when we cook at home, unfortunately. But I wanted to give you guys a little tour of our Airbnb because it's so cool. It's this cute, it's a converted bus. Say hi. So we enter through the back, which is this kind of like the emergency exit there. And then there's a bed here.
That's where I slept last night.
And then there's a little heater. There's all our water. So it's a dry cabin, which means there's no running water. But there's a little kitchenette the sink to do dishes. This is where I slept. Little cabinet. Got some books up there. A little dining table. It's very messy. We've made ourselves at home. Another little seating area. And the front, you can exit out the front to go to the outdoor shower. So we're going to use that in a minute. It's a little chilly out, but not too cold. So hopefully it will be a nice quick shower outside.